I'm your host, Frozen One, Victor Freeze, the host, you know what I'm saying?
Co-host, Macanass, Mari Mars.
Exactly, man.
Mariano.
All of the above.
All the above. D.
But, we're back this week. I don't even want to talk about fantasy this week. I went 0-4 in all my leagues. So,
ouch. Well, yeah. I got my first win of the season in the Expertz League.
Oh, yes, sir.
So I was convinced I was going to be the Detroit Lions of this year, but I got my first win. So let's go.
Got to keep on stacking them more, you know?
Keep on rolling. DeAndre Swift
is coming to life for him.
Coming to life. We had an injury with the Ravens backfield, so
yes.
You never know. I might just take the whole league.
Cinderella story.
Never
say never.
0-6.
0-6
to 1-6, baby. We starting a win streak.
Still have hope.
Still hope, baby.
But we got 3 segments this week, right? Mm-hmm. We have Stardom Sit-em. What was the other one, Mariano?
Stardom Sit-em.
How did I just blank out like that? It was
Fantasy Cheech and Chong, baby. Fantasy Cheech and Chong. Second half heroes.
There you go.
Yeah, so second half heroes is pretty self-explanatory. If you don't understand it, you probably shouldn't be watching the show.
Or like 5.
Yeah, exactly. So really, for the second half of the season, we're kind of anticipating some of the heroes of the second half of the season, and I got some good ones for you. They just so happen to be on one of my teams as well. So just a couple. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and kick it off, Vic. Who you got for your?
We didn't tell him about the last one.
My bad.
You waited. I know you're anxious to start.
I'm anxious. Bro. I'm pumped. I'm very excited.
We got the Q&A too.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
This was your idea. This is all Mariano.
Yeah, and I almost excluded it. So, in any case, we're gonna answer some of the questions that you guys proposed to us through our Instagram page. So hopefully you guys like what we got, and hopefully you tune in to get a little love from your handle on IG. So
they're not gonna be answered in your DM. They're not gonna be answered on the Instagram page. You better look at the fucking video.
Hey,
you fuckers!
It's a lot of work. First of all, on IG, you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Now you just gonna get the answers off the page, and we'll see if we can get the edits for the handles on there. I don't know. Maybe.
It's cake.
Maybe. It's
cake. I got it.
This the tech guy right here. So, I'm the talent guy. He's the tech guy. So.
All right, Mariano. Now you can kick it off, bro. Who's your first stardom?
My first stardom is a little biased. Now you see the hat.
Yes, sir.
Derek Carr.
Ooh.
So, Cleveland has given up 16 touchdown passes this season. I expect that to continue with this upcoming week with the Raiders and their matchup against the Cleveland Browns. They obviously had a down week, but the offense was rolling. Really, our defense is what really kept us out of this game as far as I'm concerned in the fourth quarter, the most important quarter. So
threw it all away in the last.
Yeah, they kind of a bummer. So Derek Carr, Nelson Aguilar has been balling.
He's a little sleeper right there, Nelson Aguilar.
Balling.
He fucked himself over last game though with all those drops.
All those drops, yeah. I really hope he doesn't revert back to his last few games in Philly. But DC this week for the win. Start him.
Let's go. I like the confidence in the home team.
Mm-hmm.
Going on to my first stardom, I have Boston Scott in Philadelphia. So if Miles Sanders is out this week, this man is going to eat this week. He's going up against Dallas. We've seen what Dallas has given up to the likes of Kenyon Drake, who's a flex start. They made him an RB1 that week. Mm-hmm. So Boston Scott did the job last week, filling in for Miles Sanders. So going up against this atrocious Dallas defense, I think he gets the job done for sure.
Yeah, he's my number 3 on my stardom list, so that kind of wipes it. But I do have a nice little stat. The Cowboys have given up the most rush yards to running backs through 7 weeks of the season. So, with that being said, you're rocking Boston Scott. I did look into Miles Sanders as well. It looks like he's still banged up, so Boston Scott's gonna get he's gonna get his points this week. That's
hopefully he
for sure.
didn't drop him too early. Hopefully he didn't drop him like on Monday.
Yeah, hopefully. So for my next stardom, I got Le'Veon Bell. Now this one's a little tricky. Really, if you have a running back on your bench like Le'Veon Bell, or maybe you have a bye week, or even a flex, I think he's going to be a solid start. I think he had 8 touches in the last game that Kansas City played. But I really do believe he's going to go to work against his old team, right? I think that Andy Reid's going to get him involved. And, as me as a former player, whenever you play your former team, that's always a day to wake up and get up for.
It's revenge game.
Yeah, and that's absolutely going to happen this week. I'm convinced. So,
yeah, especially in the PPR league, I think Le'Veon Bell has more value in the PPR league because he's so great catching the ball out the backfield. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire is more of the running back over there,
Right.
But he did break off a good run last week. Le'Veon Bell did. So he still has it. He just needs to be on a good team.
It's a step slower, but he still got it.
Yeah, definitely. Going on to my next stardom, I have DJ Moore. He came back into his form last week. I was down on DJ Moore at the beginning of the season. I said he's not going to be good. I said they have Robbie Anderson and other weapons over there, right? Teddy Bridgewater. I was like, he hasn't been a starter for so long. Came back to last week. He had a monster game, 2 touchdowns. I think, how many yards? I don't know how many yards. I don't have the stat. Give me the stat guy.
Stat.
He's typing slow because he's high.
Always, man. That's a good place to be, you know what I'm saying? Let's take a look. So he had 5 targets, 4 receptions, 93 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he balled out last week. In a half PPR league, he scored 23.3 points. So that's stellar.
Yeah.
Even going back to the previous week against Chicago, he had 11 targets. So the targets seem like they're slowly climbing. So end result, start DJ Moore this week for sure.
And on top of that, they're going up against Atlanta, who loves giving up points to the wide receiver. So
Absolutely.
definitely start him this week.
Now, my next stardom is Baker Mayfield. So
Feeling dangerous today.
feeling dangerous. Raiders are giving up on average 290 yards a game this season through the air.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a negative stat towards us. Last week, there was absolutely 0 pass rush for the Las Vegas Raiders, which is unacceptable in my book. But they just, there was a lot of controversy this past week. We didn't have Abram. We didn't, whatever. We can make excuses all day. But the matter of fact is that they give up an average of 290 yards a game. Now, they did lose OBJ, but that offense is still riddled with talent. So again, Baker Mayfield, and this really comes if your starting quarterback has a tough matchup this week. I can almost guarantee Baker is on the waivers for sure. And if you do plan on starting him, wait until after your waivers clear, because I can almost guarantee that no one's really going to pick him up, and you're not going to have to waste a waiver spot in order to grab him.
We just helped you guys out there. Hopefully you guys take that advice. If you don't, you fucked yourself. Yeah, definitely. We're giving up like an average of 30 points to teams every time we fucking play them. That's why we have to fucking put up like 35 points ourselves to win games.
Right. And not to mention, Baker's coming off of a 5-touchdown game. He threw 5 tugs last week. Just to throw a little stats out there. Last week he had 22 completions, 297 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a total of 40.78 points last week.
A man did his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely, that's a good one, Mariano. Going on to my next stardom, I have Henry Ruggs. Bouncing right back off of you. Okay. I got Henry Ruggs going up against Cleveland, who gives up the 3rd most points to fantasy wide receivers. And I think he's due for a big play. He missed the big play last week. He was open, Carr overthrew him, right? I think he gets it done this week against the Browns and puts up at least flex him out this week. He should have a decent game.
Yeah, I like it. He's on my team, so I'm gonna get my second win this week.
I got him in the league too.
Yeah, and he's getting the start for me.
Yes, sir.
So last week, I think that as far as Henry Ruggs goes, he only had 3 targets, 3 receptions. That's just unacceptable. We have to get more touches out of our first round draft pick, and that's gonna happen this week for sure.
It's on you, bro.
Next one for me is Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd is playing the Tennessee Titans this week. A nice little stat is that the Tennessee Titans have given up 194 yards per game just to receivers.
Damn.
That's a lot of yards for receivers, right?
Fuck ton of yards.
And Tyler Boyd, I also have him in one of my leagues. This dude is the clear-cut, concise number 1 receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals, and we know Joe Burrow likes to throw the ball 40 Cincinnati Bengals likes to throw the ball anywhere from 40 to 50 times a game, which is a great thing when you talk about receivers and targets and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. Going on to my next stardom, I have the Eagles defense going up against the Cowboys. The Cowboys are down to their 3rd string quarterback, right? I don't even know his fucking name. I don't know he's some alien quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they still have dynamic receivers, but I don't know. You still need a good quarterback. We see Andy Dalton. I think even if Andy Dalton starts, they'll still struggle.
Yeah.
And we know the freaking Eagles have always had a good defensive line. So they're going to stuff the run too. I think Zeke's been having trouble the last 2 weeks. They have a good defensive line. So I think they might clap him this week, bro.
Yeah, I'm with it. Cowboys quarterback name is Ben DiNucci. I don't know who that is, but I don't even know if I said his name right.
Ben DiNucci.
Yeah,
like
so
DiNucci.
So again,
Initially,
oh no, don't leave me. Initially when Dak Prescott first got hurt, I was really convinced that Andy Dalton was going to step in and do an efficient job of getting the receivers the rocks. That's clearly not the case.
Struggling.
Yeah, it's time to jump off that ship and
Trade Amari.
Trade Amari, trade Lamb, and trade Gallup.
Lamb had a down game though, I think.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't start him. It's on you now, bro.
That's it for me. So go ahead and hit your last stardom.
I got last stardom is T. Higgins over there in I was gonna say Baltimore. Why the fuck was I gonna say Baltimore? In Cincinnati, like you were talking about earlier, we know the targets are there. Joe Burrow loves throwing the fucking ball, and I don't fear anybody on the Titans secondary. Like you said, they give up 190 something. What it was?
Yeah, 194.
Yeah, to wide receivers. We see they could coexist as in last week and the week before.
Right.
So yeah, I'm flexing out T. Higgins. If you're really desperate, wide receiver too. T. Higgins, not a bad move.
There we go. I like it. We are on to our second segment of Sid'em. For the first Sid'em, I'm going Mark Andrews. So, Ravens are playing the Steelers this week. Steelers have only given up 1 touchdown to a tight end all season, right? 7 games into the year, you give up 1 touchdown. That defense is balling right now. So I am avoiding Mark
Steel
Andrews
curtain.
like the plague.
Like the plague.
I ended up last week. I had Waller on a bye. I picked up Gerald Everett, and it turned out that's what ended up getting me the win, right?
Yeah.
So Gerald Everett may be a free agent in your league.
And Higbee's hurt too.
And Higbee is hurt, so he's going to get more play. So that might be a good alternative if Andrews is your tight end 1. So, yeah.
Going on to my first sit is another Ravens. Well, multiple Ravens. I have the Ravens running backs. I think even with Ingram out, I don't think they have a good week this week. Like you said, they're facing the Steelers.
Yeah.
Steelers are some bad motherfuckers. They don't play on defense. They've been known as a defensive team since the beginning of time. They're just bad on defense, and that's all I gotta say. I don't think either of the backs do good, to be honest. Sorry, Mariano. I know you have Dobbins.
I don't care what you say, bro.
He said, I don't care what you say. You're not an expert now.
You're not an expert. You go against my team. So for my second one, it's kind of a combination. It's 2A and 2B. It's Cam Newton and Julian Edelman. The Bills. So New England is playing the Bills this week, and the Bills have only given up, or last week in the second half, they only gave up 4 yards.
Oh, shit.
So again, they had an off week the past couple weeks, but against New England, I don't know if you've seen what I seen last weekend.
He was shot putting the football again?
He was shot putting the football. He threw 3 interceptions, and I think that we're back to the old Cam. He had a nice little run to initiate the season, and it's just not going as smoothly as the start of the season. So I'm sitting Cam Newton and Julian Edelman this week for surely.
Does that count as one sit-em or
that counts as one?
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. All right, sorry Mariano again, but I'm sitting DeAndre Swift.
Wow.
I'm sorry, bro, but he's going up against Indy. We know they're a good defense, even though previous to their bye they got smacked. I forgot by who. Some team that wasn't supposed to win. Mm-hmm. What team did they play before? Whatever. Anyways, Indy's still a good defense. DeAndre Swift, I know, has been doing good. I think he comes back down to earth this week. However, we'll talk about him later in the second half wonders. I still think DeAndre Swift is a good running back. I just think this week he has a tough matchup.
Okay. For me, the third is Juju Smith-Schuster. Again, the Ravens and Steelers game, I kind of have a feeling, I was telling Vic, this has nothing to do with stats, with anything. It's
just a division game.
It's just a division game, and I think that Lamar Jackson's going to ball out this week. Maybe it's some bias because I got him in both of my leagues, but I got a feeling.
It's going to be one of those tough games. Every yard is going to be hard to earn. It's going to be...
And not to mention, the Ravens have given up the 10th fewest points to wide receivers this year.
Yes, sir.
So, Juju Smith-Schuster, you ain't getting no PT on my team. Simple as that.
All right, going on to my next sit-em, I have Carlos Hyde with the Seahawks, and it's simply because this is supposed to be a revenge game from him, right? But what fucking team is it? The 49ers give up the least amount of points to running backs. They have done it all season. Any other week, Carlos Hyde would have been a good start, but unfortunately, he's facing one of the best run defenses in the league. If you have to, I know there's injuries and buys and shit going on, but you have to flex him out if you have to.
Yeah, I agree. Now, for my fourth.
Cuatro.
For my fourth.
For my fourth.
Por mi cuatro. Por mi cuatro es un nombre Myles Gaskin. So the Miami Dolphins are playing. Hey, they got Tua this week.
I know.
Against the Rams, which you never know, man. You never know. I think that this is kind of a rough game to start a rookie. Yeah. I don't know if I would have made this switch right now, and Fitzpatrick was kind of playing well, but
to the Lions.
We knew that this was going to happen eventually. Here's the biggest reason why. So I did a little research. The Rams haven't given up a rushing touchdown in the past 4 weeks, which means in the past month they haven't given up a rushing touchdown. So
that's why we have Mariano here.
Yeah,
gives us all those good numbers, all those good things that you don't know.
Nice little stats here and there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Myles Gaskin, sit him this week. I understand, like Vic said, if you gotta play him, then play him, and you just never know. But
my list is primarily running backs, as you can see right here.
Yeah,
and it's fucked because you have to play some of these guys because there's so much injuries, bye weeks. There's a lot of bullshit going on this season.
Yeah, especially if you're in like our league where our roster is extended and there's no running backs on the waiver wire. There's nothing. There's really no one on the waiver wire at all.
So then you have to like have an intuition about a guy, add him on your roster.
Yes.
Wait and see 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Yes.
See, that's rough. Our league.
I ended up adding Jerick McKinnon because I seen that he was dropped, but I don't even think that I'm gonna end up getting him. We'll see.
Yeah, I saw that he got dropped, huh?
Yeah.
I got no hopes. I'm waiver 9, so I ain't getting that shit.
Go ahead, Vic.
Going on to my next sit, I have the Chargers running backs. Neither of them have been efficient. They've both gotten carries within the last 2 weeks. They've both gotten over 12 carries. They don't get the job done. I think we just have to wait to see till Eckler comes back.
Okay.
I don't like what they're doing with the Rock. Joshua Kelly was supposed to be the man. Then Justin Jackson got all the carries, and I don't know. Justin Jackson has been the one to put up more fantasy points between the two since Eckler has left, but I just don't like the way they're running or catching or doing anything. They're not being efficient to me with their touches.
Oh no, absolutely not. And honestly, this is the Justin Herbert show.
Yeah.
He's gonna drop back and throw the rock.
Sling that shit.
Yeah, honestly. So, I really do like Keenan Allen. Obviously, you start Keenan Allen every week, week in, week out.
He's a steal.
Absolutely, he is a steal. For my last one, last but not least, for my last sit-em, it's Robert Tonyan.
Ooh.
So this was really, really a surprise when I seen this stat, is that the Vikings have yet to give up a touchdown to the tight ends this season, to any tight end, right? Now, I know that they are 1-5 right now. They're not playing very well collective team football, but Robert Tonyan, do not start that boy this week.
It is not Tonyan time.
No.
Not this week.
Nope.
All right, going on to my last sit-em. I have Tua Tagovailoa over there in Miami.
Okay.
I think, like Mariano was saying, it's a bad week to start your quarterback against the Rams defense. They just threw him to the wolves.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah, bro. You don't want that man Aaron Donald in your face, bro. Your first start.
Hey,
you have
Donald.
the best defensive player in your face trying to kill you.
Donald.
Couldn't be me, man.
That's right.
I think it's a wait and see with Tua. He will be effective, I believe, later on. They were doing great with Fitzmagic, so I'm sure a dynamic quarterback like Tua could step in and do just as good or even better. What you was doing?
I'm vibing, baby. Come on, man. I thought you was gonna keep going.
I was just looking at you, keeping my bobbing. I was like, "Are you gonna be dead soon?"
You hit the swaggy P. Yeah. So
that's it.
That's it for that one. We're on
soon.
to our third segment. The
second, bro. Where's the second, bro?
Stardom, segment 1. Sit-em.
That's one segment. Stardom, sit-em is one segment.
No, that's two segments.
All right, bro. In your head, it's 2 segments.
2 segments. All right. The third is second half heroes. So I'll go ahead and start. AJ Brown. Oh my God, I'm so glad I drafted AJ Brown this year. I got AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Tyler Boyd. I'm winning it this year. I don't know about y'all, right? I hope y'all doing all right. This is in my other league, not the other hokey dokey league.
League.
But as far as AJ Brown goes, check this out. We're gonna talk about the last 3 games. Okay, over the last 3 games, he's had 18 receptions, 293 yards.
Damn, son.
And 4 touchdowns. Right? End of story. Mic drop. A.J. Brown, second half hero. This is going to continue to be the case moving forward. So he's a hero. He's number one for sure. Number one on my list.
All right, so my first wonder, or second half wonder, I should say, is second half what? Second half hero.
Second half hero.
Okay, he's not a wonder blender. Okay, second half hero. All right, I have Chase Claypool over there. I'm gonna say in Tennessee, in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh.
Last week it showed us teams are paying attention to him, right? The Titans focused on him, and you know what that tells me? That he's a special player. He's a dynamic player. The man makes plays, right? So if you have that much attention, that means you're raw at football, bro. So
that's right.
What that also tells me, though, what last week also showed me, is that people have to realize that the Steelers still have other weapons than Juju Smith-Schuster and Deontay Johnson. We have Ebron and we have Connor.
Right.
All can catch the ball, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't focus on Claypool like that, bro.
Right.
That being said, he's still a dynamic player. He just had one bad week. I'm rocking with Chase for the rest of the season.
There you go. I like it. He's going to be on my bench, because I have faith in Vic.
But he's going to be on the bench.
But he's going to be, maybe. We'll see. It depends on who the matchups are moving forward with my other receivers that I have. But again, he has that boom potential, right? For me, last week, it was like boom or bust. I went for the boom. Claypool scored nothing, and Tyler Boyd actually had the boom. So again, you make those decisions sometimes on the fly. Sometimes it works to your favor. Others it doesn't. So yeah, that's where we're kind of at. So for my number 2 second half hero is Tyler Boyd. I kind of touched on it earlier. Tyler Boyd has proven to be Burrow's number 1 target. Right? It's just done. It's set in stone. He is the number 1 go-to receiver now. And moving forward, he's going to be a start every single week for me. It doesn't matter really who they're playing because he's getting the rock.
Sorry, AJ Green. The 2 young dogs are there. They took your spot.
Yeah, young bucks are there.
Andy Dalton, he might need you. No, he don't need you over there.
Let's see how many targets he's had all season.
Who? Andy? Boyd.
Boyd. Dude, look at this. So we're 7 weeks into the season. He's had 61 targets already and 48 receptions, 517 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And mind you, this is while Joe Burrow's still getting settled in at quarterback. So as he continues to grow and mature, it's just going to get better and better moving forward. So Tyler Boyd, second half hero for surely.
Especially when they get O-line pieces next year and they have more time to open up the deep ball for Burrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be a definitely deep threat. What is that noise, bro?
It's the
box?
Yeah, it's the box.
Oh, okay. I heard that shit. I was like, what the hell is that? No, sorry. Got sidetracked. Going off to my second half hero, I have Justin Herbert. This man is a monster. He's had multiple games over 30 points a game. He's a dual threat. We see he could get it done both in the air and on the ground, right? And then last but not least, the most beautiful part about it is he doesn't have any intimidating defenses left on his schedule, bro. There's no defense that I see that he's going up against that scares me. So with that being said, I think you could rock Herbert for the rest of the season with confidence.
Ooh, okay. I like that. For my next one is James Robinson, the running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So he has been the most productive rookie running back this season. And I think it's just going to continue to go that way. He's getting a ton of touches. So moving forward, James Robinson, I'll kind of give you guys an example
Boy came out of nowhere. That's like the best, probably like the best deal.
Yeah, exactly. He's had 107 rushing attempts for 481 yards, 4 touchdowns, and check this out, 32 targets as far as passes, right? 27 receptions, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. He's getting the opportunities to touch the ball. That's the biggest difference. He was undrafted, and next year he's probably going to be a first or second round pick.
That boy nice. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, especially if he continues to do what he's doing.
That boy been a first half hero too. If we gonna keep it one, he's been putting up big games from the jump.
Okay.
Going on to my next one, I have. Did you? I was looking to see if you saw. What's the word? The notorious? Is that the correct word? The notorious. Antonio Clown.
Or infamous.
There you go. That's the better one.
That's
Infamous.
the better one.
Antonio Clown in Tampa Bay. As much as I hate it, as much as the Raider in me despises this man is a wide receiver one, plug and play. He's gonna change that offense. You know, the other wide receivers like you have Mike Evans. Is definitely gonna get more targets because they're gonna focus on AB. Godwin is gonna eat more too. They're gonna have the nastiest wide receiver core in the league, hands down, with those 3 guys, and they even have a 4th in Scotty Miller. That guy does work when he has to too. But yeah, AB, he's gonna be a second half hero for sure, and whoever picked him up off the waivers is going to be glad that they did that, unless he goes crazy and does some fucked up shit and gets himself out of there.
Yeah, from my point of view, there's only one football. I don't know how I feel about AB.
I think it slots in as wide receiver number 1, bro.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to get...
You're off my show. No, I'm
just kidding. I don't think he's going to get majority of the targets. And again, that's what... Lately, we just played the Buccaneers, right? As I wipe the sweat off my head.
I think Brady hates Evans, bro.
He might.
He might hate that, dude.
For real, he might, though.
Oh, my God.
So, again, yeah, that's what I'm just thinking moving forward is that what I've seen from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and what we've known about Brady is whoever is open gets the rock.
Yeah.
Right? And I just don't... He's a head case, bro. I just don't know. If he doesn't get the ball...
I'll be glad if he gets himself out of Tampa. I hate the guy.
Right.
So.
But if he fucks this up, he's just done.
Yeah.
He is absolutely done.
For sure.
For number 4, second half hero, Ty Gurley. TG.
Give him that amazing stat, Mariano. Come on.
The Gurley man.
Gurley man.
Todd Gurley's had 7 touchdowns in 7 games.
Ooh, that man is eating.
He's currently my flex too, by the way. So that's why I think I'm going to take it all. Is because I got boys at every position. Position. I'm deep. And I got my bench is strong. So again, Todd Gurley, 7 touchdowns in 7 games. He's kind of touchdown dependent at the moment, which I usually don't like. But at the end of the day, the Falcons don't have much to work with. So, yeah, he's going to keep doing his thing, I believe.
I forgot what segment it was. Was it sleepers or trade bait or something? I don't know. Either way, I said I liked him because at worst he'll be a flex play for you, right?
Right.
But we know how dynamic of a back he is, and we know he's getting the touches because he was getting 20 touches at that point already in Atlanta, and we see it paying dividends now. This man's putting up monster games. He's looking like the old Todd Gurley, right?
Yeah.
But still, he's those knee issues are still going to be there. Hopefully they don't arise this season, but just keep that in the back of your mind. that those knee issues are there for sure. But definitely a great running back. I touched on him in one of the segments. I don't remember exactly. We're on fucking episode 9. Can you blame me? But definitely.
We've done a lot of segments, bro. I'm awfully proud of ourselves and the consistency that we've brought this season.
Yes.
So yeah, we can pat ourselves on the back.
Good job, us.
Good job, us.
Good job helping all you guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Going on to my next second half hero, I have DeAndre Swift over there with the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
Mariano's guy. You see, I got your back, man. The other segment I dogged on him, but this segment I'm bringing him back to, you know what I'm saying? He's finally becoming a running back one after Adrian Peterson stole all those freaking touches and touchdowns from him.
First half of the season.
Yeah, but
he's coming on.
Yeah, they're finally instilling. They finally have confidence in the young running back. We've seen the usage the last 2 weeks, and that's great. And looking forward, might have a down game this week, like I said, Mariano, but moving forward, I believe he should be RB2, borderline status, flex, you know.
I like it.
I definitely like him for the rest of the season for sure.
All right. Second half hero. This probably won't come to a surprise, since if you've been keeping up with our shows at all, you know I'm a diehard Raider fan.
That was Ruggs?
Yeah.
I didn't even look at his list.
No. It wasn't Ruggs.
Oh, it's not Ruggs?
It's not Ruggs. No.
Oh, okay. That's a good one.
So this one is Josh Jacobs. He's had an up and down season. We've played extremely good teams this year. Mm-hmm. And the fact that we're 3-3, I'm content with that. Our schedule could be our record could be a lot better. Mm-hmm. But it's not. We are what your record says you are. But moving forward, the Raiders have the easiest schedule according to Google. After week 6, which that's already passed, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll kind of give you guys a quick rundown of the Raiders schedule moving forward. So really, we got the Browns this week. We have all of our divisional games in the next 3 weeks. Then we have Atlanta, the Jets, the Colts, and then back to our division, which is the Chargers, Dolphins, and then Broncos.
Yeah, the only really ones I can see losing is the Chiefs and Colts. Honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Chiefs at home, you know, that's looking good for us.
Yeah, I mean,
we got Colts at home too, right?
Yes, we do have the Colts at home as well. So again, moving forward, I just think that Josh Jacobs is going to produce a lot more, and hopefully we can keep Trent Brown in the lineup. Now, as you guys seen against the Chiefs, he's just a game changer, man. You don't hear that from too many people talking about that with linemen, but it is a noticeable difference when Trent Brown is on the field for the Raiders. Mm-hmm. So again, Josh Jacobs, he's gonna be a second half hero.
Yeah, there's definitely no run defenses on this thing that I'm. Let me see. Who's up? We have Browns and. Yeah, there's no
Browns, Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs.
No run defenses.
Run defense. Atlanta, horrible. Jets, horrible. Colts, maybe. So.
Yeah, Colts is the only really run defense that probably give us a problem. But other than that, everyone's like, all those run defenses are soft to me. Mm-hmm. So that's a good one, Mariano. When going on to my last second half wonder, I have Noah Fant. He started the season off hot, right? And then he got injured. We know, I was gonna say Drew Lock. That's the quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking Paxton Lynch. They have so much quarterback rotation and shit.
I know.
Drew Lock, liked him. You know, obviously we saw it to the end of last season too. He was emerging. I thought this season I called it he was gonna be a breakout candidate, but the injury held him back. Now that he's back, I think Drew Lock is gonna be happy to have one of his main targets back. And I think he gets back into the groove of things, and I think he ends up maybe not in the top 5 tight ends, but he's gonna be up there. He's gonna be producing. He's an athletic tight end, Darren Waller-esque, we could say. Yeah, I like that guy.
That's high praise, man. That's high praise.
The man's a monster. That's all I can say. He's a monster in college. And
he's a stud.
Yeah, for sure.
No doubt.
That's it for that, Moriano. What we got next? Come on, man.
That's it.
We got another segment, bro. The last segment.
Oh, you talking about the last segment? I thought you was asking for my next second half hero.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna move on to the Q&A that was done through Instagram. So you guys had punched over a few questions for us. We'll try to run through. How many you want to run through, Vic?
Let's see how many we have. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
That's kind of a lot. Why don't we do 8 of them?
We're gonna do 8 of them?
Let's do halfway.
Do 10.
Okay.
We'll do 10.
Fine. We'll do 10.
Alright, well, I'll start from the bottom because these are the people that asked first.
Okay.
Alright. Are we both answering the question, or we get one?
You get one, or whatever. It don't
both
matter.
Answer.
Yeah, we'll both answer.
So flex play, Devin Singletary, Perrine over there in the Jets, or Damian Harris. PPR scoring.
I'm probably going Devin Singletary. That's kind of where I'm at. Let's take a look. What about you, Vic?
The Patriots have Bills, huh?
Yeah.
And who does? Oh, Devin Singletary.
See, Devin Singletary's had a rough few games.
Yeah, that boy's been rough. Yikes. That's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. I think Devin Singletary might be the right move though, just because he's the RB1 and Damian Harris isn't looking that inspiring. Man,
Devin Singletary.
Yeah, Devin Singletary. Yeah, go with Devin Singletary. Brady or Bridgewater?
Let's see.
Bridgewater has the Saints, right?
Bridgewater. Let me take a look.
Bridgewater, I believe, does have the Saints. Saints. Why the fuck you told me that? Give us a second, you guys. This is all off the fly. We didn't look at the questions earlier. Oh no, they don't have the Saints. Who the fuck does Carolina have? Oh no, we talked about it earlier. They have Atlanta, right?
I don't know why this isn't popping up for me.
Yeah, they play on Thursday.
Yeah,
so they play at Atlanta. And then who does TB have?
Oh, he's got the Giants. I'm going Tom Brady. I'm going Tom Brady against the Giants.
I think that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, Brady's more reliable than Bridgewater. I think he's TB versus Bridgewater. I'll go TB for sure.
And Tom Brady has been just lighting it up.
Yeah. That man's.
Yeah, and Teddy Bridgewater last week against New Orleans, he only scored 23.16 in a half PPR league. Threw 2 touchdowns, 250 yards, but again, Tom Brady, that's the move for me.
Yeah.
I'm going Tom Brady 100%.
I'll go Tampa Bay Tom too.
For the next one, trade Taylor and Allen Robinson, receive Sanders and Cup. If you're talking about Jonathan Taylor, I'm holding him.
Yeah. Allen Robinson has been doing decently too. I think Cup's been very inconsistent as of lately.
We both have him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm staying put with that trade. I am not giving up.
I'm not giving up Taylor and Allen
Jonathan
Robinson.
Taylor. No.
Carlos Hyde or Mike Williams in flex. Like I said earlier, Carlos Hyde might have a bad game this week going up against the San Francisco 49ers. Mike Williams, however, has Herbert throwing him the fucking ball. What did he do last week?
Last week, Williams, he only had 3 targets last week. I'm going Hyde. That's just me. And the reason why is because he's going to tote the rock this week. Even though it's against the San Francisco 49ers.
That's a flex. Yeah, you could at least flex Carlos Hyde, I guess.
Yeah, flex him.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucked though. But those are your options. I say Carlos Hyde, yeah. Williams looked like a good play, but the way he's been looking, because he's only had one good game, huh?
Yeah. He's only had one good game, and that was 2 weeks ago against New Orleans versus Carlos Hyde.
How would you rank AJ Green for the rest of the season? He's a flex if you have to.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Like you said earlier,
honestly, I'd probably drop him.
He was dropped in our league.
Yeah.
Our league's thin, so that's saying something.
That's saying a lot, dude. Yeah, so last game he had 13 targets. The game prior, he had 11. So again, Joe Burrow's kind of getting settled in to the offense and to the league as a total. So the last 2 weeks, he's kind of got the hot hand, and Tennessee, they give up a lot of points to wide receivers. So
Flex if you have to. I think that's a good way to rank them.
yeah, flex if you have to, depending on who your other flex is, for sure.
Are you worried about Zeke or Jacobs?
I am certainly worried about Zeke, just because they are one-dimensional at the moment. There's no threat to be downfield, which means they can stack the box. Mm-hmm. They're going to stop the run and force whoever's the quarterback to run the rock. As we touched on Josh Jacobs earlier, I am not worried about Josh Jacobs. He's going to get his run. He's going to get his carries. And you see, he's a very good goal line back. The Raiders have no problem moving the ball, and he's going to get into the end zone to end the season for sure.
I don't have to say nothing because Mariano answered the whole question.
I'm sorry, bro. I'll let you handle the next one.
All great points. I agree with everything Mariano said. I have Zeke, so that sucks.
At least it ain't Saquon.
That's true. Which wide receiver 2 this week? Amari Cooper, Justin Jefferson, or Travis Fulgham? I'm gonna go Travis Fulgham, bro.
It's a toss-up between Fulgham and Jefferson.
I just see how trash that Dallas defense is, boy, and I'm taking advantage of them, bro.
Okay. All right.
Jefferson's been eating though. Damn,
yeah,
son.
well, but here's the thing: is that Green Bay is giving up the 11th fewest fantasy points to wide receivers, so that would push me towards Fulgham. That's the end of the.
And Fulgham's been so consistent himself too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I try to flex out the other motherfucker that you don't get into your lineup.
Oh, we ain't even giving them their clout, man.
Oh,
we gotta drop their handle, but we'll put it there.
Put it right here on the screen, and I'll put your app big, and
Yeah.
From here on out, we'll say
the handle.
And the same dude, Drew Kelly, 23 on Instagram, asked, "Play McCaffrey a game time decision or not?" Yes, you play him. You put him in your flex though, right? Well, it's on Thursday, so it doesn't matter where he's at. But
yeah, you just gotta monitor.
Yeah, just monitor.
I think that whenever CMC is active, you play him.
Yeah,
simple as that.
This page isn't a monitoring page, so we don't give out like news on all that shit. That's
right.
It's like I have to research that shit myself. So
right,
I'm not gonna be here holding your hand through the whole season. But
right. But if he's active, he's playing.
Yeah, you just gotta monitor that dude for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Myers _ asks, should I trade CD for Claypool?
Yeah,
I think you're winning on that one because freaking Claypool as his quarterback.
Right. I mean, that's half the battle.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If someone's willing to give up Claypool for CD right now, this moment, do it. I mean, I would. That's for sure.
Juju or Claypool moving forward is by N Carosi 5.
Yeah. N Carosi 5, Juju or Claypool going forward. That's a toss-up, man. Juju's a stud. Claypool's had the hot hand. Keep them both, honestly.
Yeah.
That's a toss-up, or trade one. But if you had a gun to my head, I'm probably going Juju. And I know that Juju's had a little rough season.
Yeah, I think Oh shit. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of that boom or bust type deal. You know, even Juju last week, he had 14 targets. Well, let's look at targets solely off of last week, right? So against Tennessee, Juju had 14 targets. And then Claypool had 1 target. So it's kind of pick your poison type deal, but if for me, I look at opportunities and targets and total. I mean, he's had 2, 3, 4, 11, 4, and 1 as far as Chase Claypool goes. A total of 25 targets for Claypool on the season. And Juju almost doubled. He's at 42. So that's my decision is Juju for surely.
Yeah, he's still the wide receiver 1 too. So it's a good call, Mariano. We already answered that question right there. What players are you targeting to trade for? I think we won't answer that question. I think we'll do a segment on that. We'll do not next week because next week is mid-season analysis.
Yeah.
So the week after that, we'll do a trade target because that should be right on time for the trade deadline, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're not answering that right now.
We'll put that on ice. Mm-hmm. We'll come back to that one.
Should I drop CeeDee Lamb for DJ Moore or Tyler Boyd? Ooh, I know your answer.
Tyler Boyd. Yeah. 100%. I mean,
I still think you shouldn't drop CeeDee Lamb though. I don't know. No, he. Hear me out. Look.
Who's throwing him the ball?
And you know, Dadushi in the coochie. Brandon in the coochie.
Kaduchi.
But you know, they just. Andy Dalton needs to get into the swing of things. They're not going to be dynamic as they were with Dak Prescott, right? I was reading a stat. It's a 30%. They're 30% less efficient with Andy Dalton at quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. But CD will still be getting targets simply because he's the wide receiver 3, and he's so dynamic that he'll still be getting open. Amari, I'll be more worried for. Gallup has already been atrocious this season. So I think CD still has some value. If you're thinking about dropping him, I say flex him away. Flex him away. Trade him away.
Trade him away.
Yeah. We were at Garrett Trinkle 03, and he said, "How will CeeDee Lamb do going forward?" We basically answered that in the previous question. So let's go on to K Toy B23. He asked, trade Zeke for Josh Jacobs and Brandon Cooks. Like we talked about earlier, the way that Zeke has been playing and what's going on with that offense is one-dimensional, so they're expecting to run. I think Josh would be better moving forward, especially if they don't figure out the passing game over there in Dallas. And Brandon Cooks, I called him earlier. I said he's going to be a good flex or wide receiver number 2. He's coming too in that Houston offense. What do you think, Mario?
Yeah, I'm with it. Josh Jacobs, easy schedule moving forward. Zeke, Cowboys one-dimensional. Mm-hmm. I'm taking that trade, no doubt. Even though I don't want nothing to do with any Texan players really, other than Deshaun Watson.
Brandon Cooks has been decent though.
Yeah, he's been not bad, but still, that offensive line is horrendous. So yeah, I'm taking that trade. I would take that.
All right, the last question we have, Nate Baller, and he wanted to end it off with a bang. This motherfucker asked 3 questions in one.
I like it.
Is Kenny and Drake droppable?
No.
What you should try to do is whoever has Chase Edmonds, if you don't have Chase Edmonds, try to give it to him. Be like, no, Edmonds is for the, try to trade him away if you can. I don't like Drake. I said this from the jump. I said there's one big
rapper.
Oh,
sorry. We're talking fantasy. I'm sorry.
He had one big game against the Cowboys, but that's because their defense is ass. I wouldn't say droppable though. I don't think a player is droppable unless they're like injured, Yeah. But
it's sorry to cut you off, Vic, but and it's a pass-oriented offense.
Mm-hmm.
I still like Drake, though, as a flex. I would not drop him. I don't know how long.
Up in the air.
According to Adam Schefter, he's expected to miss a few weeks. So that could be 3 weeks. I would hold on to him, especially if... Well, it depends on what kind of league you're into. If you're in a 12-man league, you keep him. If not, and you're in an 8-man league, there's a lot of movement on the wires week in and week out, and there's a lot of players that are available to you. It really depends on your situation, but honestly, I would hold on to Drake. If you can trade him and get a decent running back in return, then rock it, just like Vic said.
What is going on with Mixon?
We've touched on this in earlier episodes. This is a pass-oriented offense. Joe Burrow likes to throw the rock plenty of times.
They have no offensive line.
Yeah, this is not the old Bengals where you line up in power I formation and just run the ball 20 to 30 times. It's just not going to happen. This is Joe Burrow's show. Yeah, what do you think, Vic?
He's also injured too.
Yeah.
It's not looking good.
Let's see.
If you could try to get him off your team, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's the main thing with these last two questions. I think if you could get him off your team, trade him away, try to do something with him. Don't ever give up on a player, especially a player that's had decent games before, you know?
Yeah.
Try to get something for both of those guys. That's what I'm going to say. Trade Eckler or no? No. Because the way that Justin Herbert's playing, and he's the pass-catching back. Eckler's a pass-catching back, right? He should be available within the next 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. He'll be back, right? But Eckler is a game changer. As you can see, the running backs are struggling mightily on that offense. He's definitely the running back one, and he's a pass-catching back, so I would not trade him unless you have a very ideal trade coming your way. What do you think, Mariano?
Well, on October 21st, which was last Wednesday, Coach Anthony Lynn said Austin Eckler's hamstring will be back later than sooner. Yeah, so I don't know how you feel about that. Maybe you can bait and switch someone into trading with you. Maybe. Like if a team is very desperate for running backs and they're a playoff contending team. Because really he's probably going to end up coming back around playoff time.
Week 10, 11.
Week 10 or 11, yeah. So, yeah, maybe you pick up his backup like Justin Jackson or something along those lines. Or not. I wouldn't fuck with Eckler moving forward though. That's just me.
So you trade him off?
Yeah, I would get rid of him. Mm-hmm. Someone's trying to trade him to me right now. Yeah, you must think I'm stupid or something, but it's just not gonna happen, man. I finally get my running backs going, and now people want to do trades with me. They see. I'm glad that none of my peers in our league actually accepted the trades that I was offering them, because my team is kind of turning the corner a little bit, and they're starting to produce more.
Your team is full of second half heroes, huh?
Second half heroes, I guess.
You should just rename your team in the league.
Second half heroes. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it.
That wraps us up for the Instagram questions. That finishes up the third segment. So that wraps up week 8, our episode for week 8, Mariano. That's it. We're halfway through the season. It feels like it's going by so fast. You know, I don't want football to leave us.
I know.
So
I know. Yeah, we are halfway through the year.
Yeah.
And it's been a pleasure doing all of this week in and week out, and all thanks to Vic for really bringing me on and making this thing happen, bringing it all to life. That's for sure.
I just need someone to talk to. No,
right.
I'm just kidding. No, Mariano definitely brings in another dimension, and especially is very helpful with all these stats that some, not even myself, I know, and you guys probably don't know either. He takes the time to do the numbers, so we appreciate that, and we appreciate another insight, another view, and someone to bounce opinions off of. You dig?
That's right.
It's been a great first half so far, and we're gonna keep it going, man. We're gonna finish it out. We're gonna go to week 16. Might even put out a week 17 video. You know, a season analysis. You know, we
Okay.
gonna get it done, man. But
I think I like the questionnaire thing too. So maybe,
yeah,
I don't know how you feel about doing this week in and week out, but
it'll make our episodes very longer.
yeah, it would. And moving forward, to kind of cut it down, maybe we can pick the best 5.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yep. Top 5 questions each week.
Top 5 questions each week.
You get featured.
You get featured on the show.
Put your Instagram handle on there.
A lot more.
You can show your friends.
A lot more interaction. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? This is what it's all about. We do this simply for the love. We've talked about this before. We don't get paid to do this. We just.
I wish.
I know, right? we honestly just love talking football.
Mm-hmm. Mariano comes straight after work and he starts doing the podcast.
Yeah, straight after
That's
work.
dedication, son.
It's a grind. It is, honestly. There's days when you don't feel like doing it, and we don't just come here and go off of the dome. This stuff takes time and preparation that goes into it, looking at the numbers. So again, we don't do it for the notoriety. We do it because we love football and we love fantasy. We love playing fantasy football. This is fun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, could have said it better myself, Mariano. I think that's all we have for this week. Subscribe if you haven't, fuckers, and subscribe, and
You mother asshole.
that's it. That's all we got. This is the Fantasy Experts, and we are out of here.